Hey everybody, this is Dark Guardsman and welcome back to another video. So I'm here really quickly to reiterate on kind of the progress of ICBM and talk about a few other things. So I have ICBM running in 112. You can look up the top corner, it's 112. It's no lie, there's no gimmick or trick here whatsoever. But we're not there yet. So we're not in a state where you guys can download this mod, play it, blow everything up, do whatever you want. It's not there yet at all, because if you look at the classic tab, we've literally got 5 blocks on here. Right now I'm going through one block at a time, updating it, and I'm going pretty much from the simplest blocks to the most complicated blocks in order. This basically means that both the pressure plate and the glass button got updated, and the spikes got updated. That's where we're at right now. It's not amazing, I know, like, oh shock, it's probably not what you guys expected when you heard updates, but it's a bit of a challenge to get stuff updated. Main thing that we have to work through is there's a ton of render code. So every time we want to actually do something and render it, we have to register a render and actually build up a whole bunch of render data to tell us what it's doing. This is literally the render data for the glass button. It's a lot of information. It doesn't include the fact that there's actually 3 model files here, and there is an item file here as well. So there's pretty much 5 files to tell what the glass button looks like. And right now I'm expecting that each machine we update, right now there's like, I want to say 10 blocks left to do. Most of the machines is going to take quite a while, and there's going to be a lot of render code and stuff to go with it. So it's going to be a while before we get updated. I really want to get done by this week, but it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, both my professors for the 2 classes I'm taking have decided that even though the classes don't start till the 22nd, there's an assignment already due on the 19th. So I just screwballed myself when it comes to the amount of time I have left to work on the mod. It will get done more than likely before the end of the month. That's a guarantee. I'm going to make sure as much as it can happen, even if it's in a really not so stable state, but enough you guys can download it and play, test it locally. Outside all this, we'll talk about a few other points here. So for those who don't already know, YouTube just released a new update to their system. And pretty much any small content developer, which includes me, just lost their monetization on videos. So unless I actually had 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I don't get to keep my ability to monetize. This also removes a lot of other features too, like we lose the ability to customize thumbnails and do a whole bunch of other stuff, which is really unfortunate. But the big thing is it's actually a kick at some of the income. I was doing somewhere between $5 to $10 a month from YouTube videos, which was actually surprising. I actually had to go look it up and saw that there were some months I made $10 or some months I made $5. But now I'm going to make none off of YouTube. Not that that was ever the goal, but it does kind of suck. And this is the part where I kind of have to throw back out the Patreon and talk about it again. So we're still working on that goal of getting to $500 a month. I really want to get to this goal because I just did the math on all the crap I have to pay for. My loan payments for my student loans by themselves are going to be $400, and it's ridiculous. So if I can't get to that $500 goal, I literally have to quit for the simple fact that I have to pay that money no matter what. So it's not a simple thing like, oh, I would have to pay for insurance or something, or pay for a car or stuff like that. Stuff like that I can actually somewhat ignore and kind of get around, but the government wants its loan money, so I gotta go do that, which means I will, if we don't get to that $500 goal, quit modding and have to go find a job. And I can't just find a normal job, because a part-time job is the same amount of loan payment. Like if we do the math, and if I do because like minimum wage here is like $8.75. So if we did that and I worked like 20 hours a week times like 4, and then of course times like taxes, you make about $525. That's ignoring food cost and gas cost to get to the job and eat lunch while I'm at the job. So if I'm doing $400 loan payment, that leaves $125, which will probably not work. So $125, let's see, divided by 4. That's like $31 a week to actually do stuff with, and I know for a fact that I've spent that much on gasoline alone in a week some days. So complicated it is. So that's about it. Outside that, we're probably going to work on getting the servers up pretty soon. So for those who do actually do the Patreon stuff, there will be eventually a testing server. You guys will get access to those. For those of you who can't actually contribute to the Patreon, I know there's some of you guys can't even do $1. That's perfectly fine. There are other ways to support me and the team. We really need downloads. Like, the biggest thing ever is if you can actually get people to download the mods, like share them, like talk to people about the mods, be like, hey, there's this really cool mod called ICBM Sentry, have you tried it out? Like literally go up to somebody and talk to them about it. More importantly, these SMB mods, a lot of these are actually updated to 112 and stuff, so for those of you who actually want to do more modern packs and don't want to play 1.7, for example, Wooden Buckets could use a lot of sharing around because it's an actual stable mod that does have a version release for almost every version out there right now. Right now we don't do 1.9 and 1.8, but we could if somebody really asked. So there's a 1.10 version, there's a 1.11 version, and it could really use some downloads. So share that around, like share it on Twitter, share it on Reddit, share it on Facebook, and like do that kind of stuff. Build some mod packs with this stuff. Like we could use more mod packs to show off the mods and everything. Right now a lot of people just don't know these mods exist, and mod packs is one of the greatest ways to show them off. We do also take pull requests if you want to do translations, you want to do new textures, you want to help us by contributing code. You can of course go over to the GitHub and contribute that way. There's a lot of SMB mods that do need to work. I mean, there's tons of them. Look at that. Like if we get a lot more of those pushed up on there and running, that would make a huge difference to that $500 a month goal. Because Curse right now is technically, even though we're doing like 64 right here, which is really, really good and impressive, add another $50 on that for Curse, and we're at like 100 and something. So we're getting there, and we'll get there eventually, but one step at a time type of thing. So that's about it, all I really want to talk to you about, and hopefully we'll get ICBM Classic updated and then follow it up with the actual ICBM and maybe Modular Forceful and everything else.